On this video we're taking a look at our college basketball best bets for the games that are happening on Sunday, March 20th, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Notre Dame vs Texas Tech. Texas Tech minus 7.5 points. And here is why. Texas Tech put together another solid regular season, finishing with a 12-6 record in Big 12 play. The Red Raiders added a pair of wins over Iowa State and Oklahoma in the conference tournament before losing to then number 6 Kansas in the Big 12 title game last Saturday. They put together one of the most dominant performances of any team in the first round of the NCAA tournament, blowing out Montana State in a 97-62 final on Friday. Texas Tech shot 66.7% from the floor, which was just shy of Syracuse's record of 67.9% in the first round of the 1995 NCAA tournament. The Red Raiders had 23 assists in an unselfish performance. Notre Dame's resume would generally be a lock for an at-large in the NCAA tournament bid. The Fighting Irish went 22-9, 15-5 ACC during the regular season. They had to sweat on Selection Sunday though, as the ACC had a down year. Notre Dame had its ACC tournament run end in its first game, losing to Virginia Tech in an 87-80 shootout. The Fighting Irish pulled off an 89-87 win over number 11 seed Rutgers in the first 4 on Wednesday, but they needed double overtime to get the job done. They did not seem out of gas on Friday, taking down number 6 seed Alabama in a 78-64 final to reach the second round. This second round matchup will see the number 11 Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on the number 3 Texas Tech Red Raiders. Both of these teams cruised to a win in the opening round, Notre Dame beating Alabama by 14 and Texas Tech beating Montana State by 35. The Fighting Irish will be playing their third game of the tournament, seeing that they were in the play-in games, and will be looking to add to the list of teams who made the Sweet 16 after playing in the first 4. Texas Tech looked about as good as they could, considering they were playing a number 14 seed. The Red Raiders are ranked 43rd in adjusted offensive efficiency per KenPom, while Notre Dame ranks 28th in the same category. The bigger edge for Texas Tech is on defense, as they rank first in adjusted defensive efficiency, while Notre Dame is 78th. While Texas Tech lacks an offense, their defense should be able to keep Notre Dame at bay. For that reason, take the Red Raiders to cover. Miami, Florida vs Auburn. Auburn minus 7.5 points. And here is why. Miami had a huge first half against USC, closing the half with an 18-6 run to bring a 31-20 lead into halftime. USC battled back in the second half as they stormed back onto the court with a 27 run to take the lead back. The Hurricanes refused to give in, coming up clutch from the free throw line multiple times during a 10-second half. Charlie Moore broke a 66-66 tie by draining 2 free throws with 3 seconds left on the clock, and Drew Peterson's half-court buzzer beater attempt bricked a lock in the upset victory for Miami. The Tigers got a bit of a test from 15 seed Jacksonville State early, but eventually settled in and were able to cruise in the second half. Jacksonville State led 17-11 at the 11:36 mark of the first half, before Auburn unleashed an extended 27-4 run that spanned halftime, with the Tigers eventually leading by as many as 24 points. The Hurricanes won their first NCAA tournament game in 6 years when they defeated the USC Trojans on Friday afternoon. Isaiah Wong carried Miami to victory as he scored the first 13 points of the game for the Hurricanes, and when Wong fouled out late in the second half, Charlie Moore came up clutch and knocked down the winning free throws. Miami also used the Trojan size against them, getting the much larger USC team into foul trouble, leading to 19 made Miami free throws. The Hurricanes will likely try the same strategy against a much larger Auburn team. Auburn started off very slowly against Jacksonville State until around the 4-minute mark of the first half, after which the Tigers just completely overwhelmed the Gamecocks and went on an 18-0 run that extended into the second half, putting Auburn up for good. Auburn dominated the painted area, out-rebounding the Gamecocks by a 50-32 margin, and Walker Kessler was a human eraser, finishing the game with 9 blocked shots. The Tigers' defense held the Gamecocks to 31% shooting from the field. Jabari Smith led the Tigers with 20 points and 14 rebounds. I am laying the points with Auburn. Miami's guards were sensational in their win over the Trojans, however USC committed 18 turnovers and still had a chance to win, and that is because Miami shot 1 of 14 from beyond the arc. Auburn should not turn the ball over 18 times against the Hurricanes, and the Tigers also have the 60th ranked three-point defense, so Miami's troubles from deep could go from bad to worse. Take Auburn. Texas vs Purdue. Purdue minus 3.5 points. And here is why. All season long Texas has relied on the strength of its defense to get timely stops and pull out key wins. The Longhorns have the 9th ranked scoring defense in the nation, allowing just 59.5 points per game, but they will have their hands full in dealing with a loaded Purdue offense on Sunday. Texas is a tough team to get good looks against. They allow just 41% on all shots from the field and just 31.5% from beyond the arc. Keeping Purdue off the offensive glass and limiting them to single trips down the court will be a major point of emphasis. Purdue cruised past 14th-seeded Yale in the opening round and now look to put previous failures in the rearview mirror to reach the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2019. The Boilermakers improved to 28-7 overall and were 14-6 in the Big Ten on the season. Against Yale, Purdue used a 10-0 run in the first half to turn a 16-15 deficit into a 25-16 advantage. The Boilermakers were up 13 at the half and used a 13-0 second half run to put the game away as they went up 63-39 with 11:27 to play before cruising to victory. Purdue shot 43.1% from the field, including 7 of 22 from three-point range, and hit 27 of 33 free throws in the contest. Jaden Ivey led the Boilermakers with 22 points in the victory. Number 3 Purdue, KenPom number 14, faces number 6 Texas, KenPom number 15 on Sunday night in the second round of the East region. The Boilermakers advanced into the round of 32 following a comfortable 78-56 victory over number 14 Yale. In the win, Purdue held Yale to just 0.82 points per possession on 36.5% shooting, while scoring 1.15 points per possession on 43.1% shooting. Number 6 Texas had one of their best defensive performances of the season in their opening round win over number 11 Virginia Tech. Texas dropped 81 points on an impressive 47.4% shooting, highlighted by a 21-point performance from senior guard Andrew Jones. Despite Texas putting forth a great showing in round 1, taking down number 3 Purdue is a tall task on around 48 hours of prep time. As 3.5-point favorites, Purdue is the recommended side to cover the spread. Purdue has a decided advantage in the frontcourt with their two big men, Zach Edey, 14.6 ppg, and Trevion Williams, 11.6 ppg. One of Texas's weakness from a personnel standpoint has been in their frontcourt. Longhorns big man Christian Bishop will be tasked with limiting Edey and Williams, and I'm unsure he'll be able to do that. Purdue has been one of the best two-point scoring teams in D1, connecting on 55.8% of their attempts on the season, 13th in D1. Despite their solid offensive showing in the round of 64, it's unlikely Texas repeats that type of performance in the round of 32. Back the more complete Purdue bunch to advance to the Sweet 16. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you the user or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.